Here's my 1976 Chevy C10 Custom Deluxe project. It's working on putting a new motor in it, engine. As you can see, it's out. Did a little bit of painting in there. I gotta come back and touch it up a little bit, just to shine it up a little bit. Got all the front stuff off there. Engine is over there under the tarp. I just got to finish putting the head back together, and then we're getting this engine in here pretty quick. Now that the weather's starting to warm up, where paint can dry. So I gotta truck hasn't been licensed since 2006, so that's quite a while. It's been repainted before. Someone did some work to it. This was one of my older brother's trucks. Prior to him getting it, it already had some work done to it. Story that I was told was that they were told when they got it, it was in the state forestry or something like that they used originally. This is a local truck. It's from Oregon. Found what was left of the build sheet underneath the seat in it, and yeah, it was originally shipped to Hamby Motors in Hillsboro, Oregon. I think I got that right. I think it was about 2006. It was parked, and tree fell on the roof, so it's got a little bit of dents. It was worse. It's still got some damage from that, but it could have been worse. Truck does have rust, but I'm not really concerned about that. Typical rust, although the truck actually seems kind of extra rusty. I don't know, maybe, it was near the coast for a while. I don't know. It does have a lot of rust, but that's kind of typical on these anyway. But I don't care about rust really. It doesn't bother me, and I'll probably fix it at some point in the future, or just drive it like it is. You got another hood here, and that's got rust in it too, but it's way better than the other hood I had that came off the truck. The other hood was like that all the way down. It's all rotting out, and the hinge underneath the latch was all rusted out. Had a pretty bad kink in it. This truck's got Bondo all over it too. That's gonna have to be fixed at some point. It's getting worse. Used to be just a few little cracks. Now it's got water behind it, and it's just cracking up really bad. So I'll have to address that at some point if I ever redo the body on it. But it's had this spray-in bed liner, which I'm not a fan of, but it's almost gone anyway. So the original block, So, block apparently at some point had water, straight water, and it froze and it cracked. The water jacket. Original engine, original block, 250 inline 6. Partial VIN matches the VIN on the truck, so it's the original block. Original head. Well, I don't know if it's the original head, but the head is on there. That's cracked too. Then we've got all these other parts here. Got the grill. This truck was originally green like this, but it would have had white bumper on the back. That's been repainted. Someone's welded these dual tailpipes onto the bottom of the bumper, which I'll probably leave, but not that it's really the best welds on there, but it's just chopped off there. It's gonna get full exhaust on it anyway. Not sure what I'm gonna run for muffler, if I'm gonna run any muffler, because I prefer the sound of these straight sixes straight pipe. But if I don't want it that loud, well, we'll figure it out when I get there. So I've got another 250 there. It's all fresh. Let's see, the crank was already turned down 10 under when I got it. It's still 10 under, but it had been bored 30 over. Needed to be bored again, so the board is 60 over. So that's pretty much maxed out on there. So 60 over, 10 under on the crank. We're just going to be running single exhaust on this going to be aftermarket exhaust manifold, but aftermarket factory style, just a cast manifold. Didn't feel like messing with headers right now. Someday in the future, maybe I'll do some mods to it. Right now, focus is just getting the truck running and driving. White mirrors. So this is a C10. I need to do more research on this. But on the build sheet, I need to do, like I said, I need to do more research. There's something about heavy duty rear springs. So I'm wondering, and these leaf springs, I'm pretty sure I need to do more research on this, like I said. But maybe someone can tell me. Looks like too many leaves for a C10 to me. I haven't had no other square body C10s to compare it to, well, at least in recent years that I can look at. I mean, my 98 Cheyenne 1500 has got, like that. So I don't know what the square bodies ran, but so it's possible that that's an optional that was added. And yeah, I'm aware about the big 10s and the heavy halves and all that. I don't know if this is I'm not sure really. Like I said, I gotta look into it more. Interior. Two-tone green interior, which I kind of like. Fortunately, the dash pad's cracking, but it's to be expected for the age. Just had the seat cover on. The original seat cover, of course, is toast, but I like the green. So we got 4 on the floor, 4-speed, granny low, non-power steering, non-power brakes, crank windows, typical square body door that won't close. No power brakes. Oh, but it does have discs on it on the front, but But at least without all the power options, it makes it easier to get going. Less I have to mess with. Okay, so now they've kind of gone over the basics of it, the engine. Still working on that, but the next part that really is the next thing I need to work on, other than the engine, is the brakes. And the brakes, well, it had brakes back in 2013. The truck got moved. It wasn't running. Towed it. It had brakes, and then it sat. And I want to say 2015, maybe it was later. I don't remember. Not too long later, went to push on the brake pedal and went to the floor. Never bled it. Might have tried. I don't remember. But basically, it's not looking too good now in the reservoir. So I'm pretty sure probably need a new master cylinder. I'm just hoping the brake lines aren't toast. Yeah, don't look good. So I'm pretty much sure that's probably shot. But so I was, well, I was gonna bleed it, but looking at that, I was like, well, I don't think I really want to run all that junk through the lines. So we're under here, and so I still gotta disconnect. So anyway, as should be expected, the bleeder screw's stuck and stripped out. Suppose I should try it again. I put some liquid wrench on there, penetrating. And maybe it's soaked in. I don't know. But so the next order of business is trying to get this drum off. So what I'm going to hope to do, I can't get nothing in there to I don't know if you can see that. The bleeder screw, it's kind of hard to get to, as you can probably see. So the best way on these for me is to pull the whole wheel cylinder off. But the other thing I'm worried about is this brake line here. I don't know if I want to mess with that. That's looking pretty crunchy looking. Might need to be replaced anyway. Now, the line over there doesn't look too bad after the junction block, so maybe I can get away with just replacing the one line. Who knows what the insides look like on the other lines coming from the master. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Try to crack that line open again, I guess. That bleeder screw. And if we can't, then I'll proceed to pull the wheel cylinder, which I'm sure probably needs to be rebuilt anyway. So, I guess we'll have to get started on that.